As people awaken on their spiritual journey, they don't understand that there is a process upon their elevation, meaning that they jump ahead of the process. They jump right into the manifestation process and learning anything they can to apply that knowledge. Well, here's what I want to share with you. You have to grow before you receive. That's how this journey works. And that's how even manifesting works. You have to grow internally and elevate yourself before you can receive anything. And when people rush the process, that's when things take turn for the worse, because they didn't grow into who they needed to become before they can receive what they have asked. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 signs that you are resisting your spiritual growth. And when you acknowledge, if you have these 5 signs, you will be able to find new ways to elevate so you can progress on your process much more quickly. What is up, awakened ones? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, actually, my name is Brittany, and what I do is I assist people in awakening to their power so they can find their infinite love within. On this channel, I speak about metaphysical, spirituality, and self-development content, and honestly, so much more that my guides want to share with you. So if you're watching this video, I dearly appreciate you, and I'm so grateful that I can be a guide for you on your spiritual journey. Now, if you are already watching this video, you might as well like this video and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy content that resonates with you and that helps you bring you to next levels in your spiritual journey. And honestly, hit that notification button after you subscribe so you could be notified of when I post videos, which is 3 times out the week. And lastly, follow me on Instagram as I post daily for your betterment and upliftment so you can walk on your spiritual journey with more enlightenment and unconditional love for who you are and for who you are becoming. So, awaken ones, I want you to understand the meaning of life. It's not about receiving more, and it's not even about becoming more. What life is all about, it's about growth. Now, why would we want growth? Why put our vocal point on our growth? It's because growth is the whole reason why this earth keeps elevating. It's the reason why we keep moving. It's because we feel that there's something unlimited within inside of us that we need to continuously tap into on a daily basis, that's going to pursue us into seeking who we truly are. And I feel that's what life is all about. Life is about becoming more of who you are, because it's going to take a lifetime to understand yourself. So you might as well go within every single day, dive deep as you can to understand not the complexity of who you are, but the wholeness, the divinity that has resurrected itself into the existence that you are. There's beauty when you start to understand thyself. And there's so much chaotic and misery when you don't understand thyself. You get the point? So life is all about growth. And we should want growth because that's how we could really see what we're capable of. Now, let's jump right into these 5 signs that you are resisting spiritual growth. Knowing these 5 signs are going to give you the acknowledgement to be more mindful of how you think about yourself, of how you feel about yourself and your life. And when you can do this and question your own existence and your own decisions, you'll be able to really reflect upon, did I make these decisions in the past? And if I did, how can I make different decisions so I can get different results? That's how growth works. You want different results. You want to see the change. It's so hard to remain the same. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's very hard to remain the same. But it's so easy if you swiftly move with the flow of your own growth. And there's so much beauty to see who you allow yourself to become out of who you used to be. So let's jump right into this. I wrote these down, so forgive me if I'm looking down, but all the things I've learned in my experience, I want to write them down so I'm clear on what I want to share with you so I can assist you on your journey. So let's jump right into this. The first one, 5 signs that you know you're resisting spiritual growth. And the first sign is you can start feeling physical effects, meaning that one sign I've noticed that I'm resisting spiritual growth is that I started to gain weight excessively. I didn't understand it, and I was barely eating. Sometimes you will realize you're resisting spiritual growth is because you're gaining weight or you're getting acne. It starts to show itself physically, even through pain, through chest pain, through shoulder pain. Little do we know the pain that happens in our body is just signaling us to give our focus on what is important internally, because you have to understand, when your spiritual body is not in harmony, that's going to affect your physicality. And a lot of people don't understand that. So that's why most people meditate, they eat certain foods, they make sure they consume good content for their minds and for their hearts and for their bodies, just because they know this is the temple. When the spirit is in alignment, everything else will have to align with it. So you notice that your body starts to go into effect in different ways, especially on your spiritual journey. Some people lose weight, some people gain more weight, but start to be more aware of your body, because if your mind is having these certain thoughts come up that don't feel like yourself, what kind of foods are you eating? Are you exercising? Are you drinking water? What are you watching? What are you listening to? Who are you hanging yourself with? Who are you hanging around? What is your environment like? Are you consuming things you shouldn't? What are your habits? These are things you need to start questioning, because, like I said, when you're out of alignment, when you're not in tune with our source, with your own divinity, with your inner being, everything else is going to take a course where you don't want to go. So make sure you take care of your inner temple, and then your whole outer world will take care of itself. So you notice that your physicality is going to start shifting as you start elevating. So go with it and don't resist it. And if you do resist it, acknowledge your body. So, number 2, out of signs that you are resisting spiritual growth, and that is, keep my notepad next to me, that is, suppressing your emotions, not acknowledging how you feel. A lot of people, the reason why this world is so mean is because we hide what we truly feel inside. We feel like we have to incubate this pain. And when we keep that pain there, we're just keep feeding it to the point that we allow ourselves to become it. When you let go, when you take that pain out of its cage that you kept it in within your body, you have to let it go. You have to let it free. When you suppress your emotions, you're resisting what you need to learn from that emotion. Emotions are energy in motion. If you suppress an emotion, it's going to stay in your body, and that's when we start getting aches and pains. That's when we start gaining weight. That's when we start getting acne. That's when our physical stuff starts to become an effect. It starts to become infected by the infection that you haven't taken care of, which is you suppressing your emotions. So what you have to do is allow your emotions to rise. Feel the fuck out of whatever it is in your body. Because when you feel it, you allow the resistance to flow through you so it can move out of you. When you suppress emotion, it stays blocked and huddled up. And then the thing is, that emotion will stay in there. And when something in your outer world affects you, it will trigger that certain emotion, like pain from someone hurting you, pain from, or sadness from someone telling you something, or from anger. When that bottles up and something in your outer world triggers it again, it just adds to it, and it keeps bottling up. And what does that energy do? It starts to infiltrate itself and circulate through your entire body. And then when it does that, it starts to affect how you think, how you feel, and how you act. That's an infection. So what you want to do is that when the emotion comes, And there's a lot of pain that we suppress from our traumas that we haven't taken care of. So that's going to be a lot to bottle up and let it rise. But when you do, feel it. Because when you feel it, it starts to surpass everything else. It starts to expand and express itself in a way that it will actually just has to come apart, spread itself out, so it can let itself go. Don't let things bottled up to the point that they just stay huddled in you. And you hold on to that baggage and you walk with it and you praise it and you victimize yourself with it, thinking that it's something you need to honor like a badge. That's not something to be happy about, because that's going to bring so much misery in your life to the point that you won't be able to go out in the world understanding your divinity. You're just going to go out in the world being fearful of everything that comes to you. And you start to think the world is against you when it's just you against you. So let your emotions rise, feel them so you can let them go and make space for better things to come into your life. So when you let those things go, you make a space for love, for joy, and for bliss to come in. And that's when you'll be able, because understand this, people who grow and people who manifest, they feel good. They make space for the joy. They make space for prioritizing their happiness. That's what you have to do. So let's jump right into number 3 signs that you are resisting spiritual growth. And that is, you have no trust. You have no trust in the unseen world that's created the world that we can see. You have no trust. You know that you're resisting spiritual growth when you feel like you have to be in control of everything. When you feel like you have to be in control of everything, you have no trust in the guides that were assisted to you. You have no trust in the divinity that has created you. You have no trust in the energy that resides within you, your inner being that knows better than you. You have no trust. So you believe that your analytical, egotistical mind has all the answers, but really be thankful for your mind that it tries, but it's not its job to figure everything out. It's not its job. The same way it's not your job to control how your heart is going to beat and give you breath. It's not your job to figure out how everything is going to work out for you. It's only your job to continuously grow your faith and continuously keep elevating into the being that you know you're meant to be, that vision that you have. Work on it, be it, act as if you are already it and have it all. And that's how you will continue to grow the momentum of flowing with your growth rather than resisting it. Because when you don't trust, you're resisting. No, when you don't trust, you're doubting. And when you're doubting, you're resisting. So let it go. What you have asked for, keep asking, but let it go with no attachments. Just trust the fact that you are divinely guided to your blessings every single day. Now, the 4th sign that you... the second sign. A little confused. The second sign that you are resisting spiritual growth. That is... this one's a pretty powerful one. And that is... let me read it again. I already forgot. That is victimization. The second sign that you know you're resisting spiritual growth is that you're victimizing yourself. You share your story, like I said, like a badge of honor, and you victimize yourself. You blame the world for how life is. You blame the world and people for why everything is hurt. You blame your parents for why you are the way that you are. You blame your siblings for doing this and making you feel bad. You blame this, you blame that. You victimize the fuck out yourself, to the point that you're not taking responsibility for your life. People who victimize themselves, they want more. They beg for more. They're desperate for more money, for love, and everything. And yet, they wonder why good things don't come into their life. Good things can't come into your life if you're not going to take responsibility. Why do you think people become successful? They become successful because they put in the work. People who manifest, people who are joyful, they put in the work to make their self a priority. When you victimize yourself, you internally believe that nothing is meant to work for you. Victimizing yourself is you only believing in lack, you having no trust, and you just giving your energy away to anything. You're emotionally triggered by what anyone else says, anything anyone does, what your outer world does to you. You're just triggered by that, and you take no responsibility for how you feel, for how you think, and for how you act. That's victimization. When you believe that the world has to pity you for your story, when you're the one who continuously keeps making the repercussions occur over and over and over. Stop victimizing yourself, because when you victimize, you block your blessings for coming in. If you want to take responsibility for good things, take responsibility for the bad things that happen in your life as well. And when you can do that, you can deliberately be the creator of your own life and elevate. The last sign that you are resisting spiritual growth, and that is, I'm all in this right now. Ooh, this one is a good one. So listen carefully, because I'm gonna say this with so much love. When I speak the truth, I speak the truth because I love you so much. When people speak the truth to you, you gotta understand it's coming from a level of unconditional love, because they're telling you something that could or might be so beneficial for who you are that you'll be able to elevate into who you're meant to be. So the last sign that you are resisting spiritual growth, and that is you ignore your intuition. When you get an internal sign or a nagging that you have to do something and you ignore that sign, you're not flowing with your own harmony. You're not flowing with your own core frequency. You ignoring your intuition is you going off the path that's going to lead you to your destination. That's pretty much what it is. You ignoring your intuition is you not trusting your guides, you not trusting the universe, you not trusting in your own magic. For example, for years, I've been trying to figure out what my purpose was, to the point that I would be on my knees and cry my eyes out asking God, what is my purpose and why am I here? Why did I go through all the things that I went through if I don't understand what I have to do with all that I've been through? And I would cry and I would cry and I would cry. In those moments of always consistently asking God, what is my purpose? Throughout the entire time, I was begging the inner voice, my inner being, God that lives within our temple, kept telling me, make a video on YouTube every day. Make a video on YouTube every day. Make a video on YouTube every day. Make a video, make a post, make a video, make a post. Make a video, make a post. Draw. Make a video, do this. Make a video about this. Talk about this. Share this. You know your mind is so vigilant. You know that you can share this wisdom that you have. Share it through a video. Share it. I kept getting that inner voice. And guess what, you guys? I finally listened to it. And when I finally listened to that voice, I made a video on YouTube. What happened after I made a video on YouTube? I felt so whole. I felt so complete. I felt like I did my duty. And then I started to do that every day. And then when I started to do that every day, I started to read books about more of what resonates with me. And when I started to read more books, I started to do more yoga. When I started to do more yoga, I started to care more about my body, started to eat better, started to think better, started to watch better things, started to write, started to draw, started to be more creative, started to seek out more of who I want to be. And guess what, you guys? All I had to do was trust my intuition, and I did. Now I'm on the journey. Now I'm making these videos. Now I feel inspired. Now I feel like I'm a messenger for people. Now I just feel like I'm on the right path. I'm telling you guys, when you resist spiritual growth, you're never going to be guided towards your blessings. You're never going to be nudged to do more. You're never going to feel good about who you are if you don't trust your inner guidance. Do you think we were meant to come on earth without no guidance? Hello, that's why we have an intuition. We came on earth with our internal guidance to lead us to what we were called to do. When you listen to your intuition, you will be guided to the blessings that you've been asking for and to the blessings that you didn't even know that were meant for you. So you guys, if you get a nudge to do a certain hobby, to do a certain activity, do it. When you get a nudge to leave a relationship, when you get a nudge to leave a relationship, to leave a friendship, to leave someone behind, to do something that seems so selfish, but it feels like it's beneficial for both of you, you have to do it. Everything in life is teaching you to grow. You have to grow, because if you don't grow, here's the thing. There's a saying that says, when you stop learning, you start dying. I believe that solely to my core, because it's the same way. When you resist growth, you just die. You start withering. When you think that all that you know, that you already know, is all that you know, you are just gonna stay where you are. And that's why people resist change. That's why people resist growth, because they're comfortable with what they already know. So don't resist change. Follow your intuition. Even if that means getting a scratch ticket. You never know, that scratch ticket could get you the money that you've been asking for. Who knows? Maybe waking up in the morning and you have this nudge to pray, or you have this nudge to pray for someone, and you have this feeling that something good's gonna happen to you. Then believe that, and let the universe surprise you with its magnificent blessings. So those were the 5 signs that you are resisting spiritual growth. And knowing these 5 signs, I guarantee you it will change your life once you apply them. Once you acknowledge the fact that maybe you see these signs within you, you will find a new way to prioritize how can you keep moving forward in a more positive, more fulfilling, and delightful way that's beneficial for who you are and for your future vision. So those were my messages today. If you resonated with those signs, if you feel like they were really beneficial, smack that like button and subscribe to this channel. And after you subscribe, hit that notification button if you enjoy content like this, so you can be notified of when I post videos, which is 3 times out the week. And lastly, follow me on Instagram, as I post just for you, because I feel inspired every day and I feel like I'm meant to inspire you. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for being here and supporting my channel. And in my video descriptions, there are links. If you feel like my work, my free work, really resonates with you and assists you, you can send a very small donation, much as $1 or more. Whatever you feel compelled to want to share, there will be links in the bio, my description of this video. And you could go and hit those links and send a donation, no matter any amount. And that will help me be able to get this message more out there through ads and through anything I could possibly do to get this love out there. So thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for being here, and thank you for letting me be a guide on your spiritual journey. But until then, you guys, I'll see you on the next one. Awaken once with bliss and love. I adore who you are. Namaste.